machine. Angry kid, bad at every level, calling out the kings and the fish and lady devils. Paradise is burning down, words of paradise, burning down the town. He talks, he fights, he stays up through the night. Paradise is burning down, words of paradise, he wears a digital crown.
Welcome back to the lunch hour. How are all you vital idols doing? Boy, we got a good show for you today because I'm going to do something I ain't done in a long time. Read a Kotaku article. That's right. Kotaku put out one of the dumbest pieces of media. Actually, this isn't even Kotaku's fault. I can't even pretend this is Kotaku's fault. For once, this isn't a bad Kotaku article because it's Kotaku. It's bad because Bethesda still exists. So we've got that. We've got the collective shaft situation going on. SmugAlana is still experiencing some major issues with YouTube resulting from that 7-day ban. And also Swords and Slippers. We're going to talk about some good shit as well. Swords and Slippers be looking mighty fucking fine. So shout out. Let's see who all we got up in this bitch today. Anthony Way is here. Clip420. Shout out to you. Melt the Sky. How you doing? Hypno, what up? We're going to be doing some gaming over on the gaming channel tonight. We're going to be playing more of the Ascent. That game was fucking sick. Sleeping Nova's here. Follow the Bradley's fun. The Draconic up in this bitch. JKM 1012. Jackass G2s. Shout out to ya. Lithium Lux Eterna holding it down over on Kick, which reminds me I gotta open up the Kick screen. Thanks for reminding me of that, buddy. There we go. View the channel and Bingo Bango Bongo now monitoring over on Kick. Fallen Orders here. Solzen. Shout out to you, Solzen. Guys, it's gonna be a good day. It's gonna be a good day. I just got one question for you. I have one question. Why the fuck do these people still have jobs? Like anyone at Bethesda at this point, I am saying just shutter the whole studio. In protest of mass layoffs, Bethesda devs greet Xbox leaders with a giant inflatable rat. We heard the Microsoft leadership was coming to our office this week and decided to make our presence visible. And they put up a giant inflatable rat. Guys, name any other industry you can get away with this in. Name any other industry where this is acceptable. Any other industry that like the CEOs, the head honchos came down to your office building and you had a giant inflatable balloon effectively making fun of the business practices, you wouldn't be fucking fired on the spot. They would shut down entire teams, bro. Like I think back to when I was doing IT. If we try, because I did IT for a Fortune 500 company, if we tried to pull this shit and put up some giant sort of inflatable, basically making fun of the top brass and their business practices, bro, they would get rid of us so fucking fast. What are you talking about? And yet, it's going to pass over Bethesda. These game industry fucks just get a pass. Workers at Bethesda's Rockville, Maryland office decided to commemorate a visit from Microsoft leadership in a unique way. To protest the mass layoffs that sent 1,600 people to lose their jobs and another 1,600 folks to be laid off throughout the rest of the year. We need more than that, but it's a good start. Developers put up a giant inflatable rat known effectively throughout the union organizations as Scabby. Because obviously, if you are, for those that don't know, if you're, let's say you're at a union, you're on strike, anyone that works while a strike is going on, it's called a scab. It doesn't even make sense here. Like, I get it, they're a union, but they're not on strike. What is Scabby? How does this even work in terms of like being a clever attack on management? Yeah, management's cutting jobs. Absolutely. That's first of all fucking normal. Second of all, fucking necessary. But yeah, it's because they're I get that they're trying to say that the top brass are rats, right? I get that's what they're trying to say. That doesn't make any fucking sense to call it Scabby in reference to what a scab is to a union. It's so fucking ridiculous. They can't even protest properly. New CWA union members have inflated a giant rat that deployed a wall of red flags representing laid-off Xbox workers outside the Bethesda office in Rockville. The protest was timed to coincide with a visit from Xbox CEO Asha Sharma, who's apparently at the studio today. You know, I gotta say I respect Asha. Not just for like the things she's doing with Xbox. There's that too. But Asha got a real opportunity here. Asha got a real opportunity to play the race card, and she didn't do it. Asha had a real opportunity to be like, oh, you're doing this to me because I'm a brown CEO woman, and she didn't do it. No, instead, she goes in there, walks her happy ass in, and apparently plays an Elder Scrolls 6 build. Like, I'm gonna be real, guys. This game should have been out 10 fucking years ago. No, I don't give a fuck about Elder Scrolls 6. Don't give a fuck about the build. She should have addressed this. That's what she should have. She should have addressed this and shuttered the entire business. You can't just sit there and be a business and pull this shit and think that it's okay. In addition to inflation, the giant, ugly, beloved rat developers took oh my god, of course it's on Blue Sky. I just realized, of course this is on Blue Cry. God damn it. In addition to inflating the giant, ugly, beloved rat, developers took action both inside and outside the office. Members of the Bethesda Game Studio Union, one BGS CWA, planted 800 red flags outside the office, each representing a person who had lost their job since July 25. What is up with these game industry fucks and not realizing that like that happens? Layoffs happen. You know these privileged fucking losers don't give good goddamn one iota when, like, you know, the paper mill goes down, the sawmill goes under, all those displaced workers out in, you know, the America's heartland, right? Like, businesses cutting people off, laying people off, shutting down, whatnot, is completely normal. It's something that is absolutely necessary for other types of businesses to thrive. It's like, hey, sometimes we just don't make money. Sometimes we gotta let things go. Hey, sometimes we have new automation processes that, yeah, it's gonna displace some workers. It's you only see this level of entitlement from the fucking games industry. Each flag was a public reminder of how many people management cut from our teams. Get this part. Not just our colleagues and coworkers, but our friends at the end of the day. Fucking who cares? Fucking who cares? Guys, I've made plenty of friendships in the workplace, you know, in the office friendships. And frankly, my best friend IRL, Paul, he's been on the channel. Y'all know him. We met at a company we worked for together fucking like 10 years ago or more. We're still best friends today. I've not worked together in God knows, again, probably about 9 or so years. But that being said, I don't remember who lost their job first. He or I. One of us did. Guys, just because someone's your friend doesn't mean they're entitled to have a fucking job. These are our colleagues. These are our friends. Yeah, well, they're not anymore. At least they're not your colleagues anymore. Because they don't need to fucking be there. Because they're not adding anything. A technical producer member of the Bethesda Game Studios Union in a statement shared with Kotaku. Dude, if I was Asha, I would blacklist my employees from talking to Kotaku. Or any of these game journalist outlets, really. Not just Kotaku. Any of these game journalist outlets. Like, you cannot sit there try and run a successful business, try and get Xbox back on track when, let's be real, Xbox is fucking dying. I think they're doing a good job of trying to get stuff back on track. I like a lot of what Asha's doing, but Xbox has been on its deathbed for years now. You can't be sitting there doing what you got to do to try and fix Xbox. That is Asha's one job. Fix Xbox, get it to make money again. And then have your own employees basically talking shit about you and about your company to the press. Now, she needs to blacklist these people from talking to this. You got to put a blanket statement, new company ruling. You are not allowed to talk to games media. And if you are, fired on the spot. You get caught talking to game media, fired on the spot. This dude is so brazen. He used his name, Nathan Hahn, a technical producer, member of Bethesda Game Studios Union, in a statement shared with Kotaku. Dude is so ballsy. It knows that Asha knows that Xbox is not going to do a goddamn thing. He will go on record, on public, say, yep, this is who I am. This is who I work for. This is my position. Do something, Asha. I fucking dare you. That is the level of bullshit they have allowed these people to get away with. Hahn also said that action continued inside the office, with employees placing posters outside their cubicles. Right. Yeah. Spending time placing posters outside your cubicles. You want to know what that doesn't sound like to me? That doesn't sound like making fucking video games. They got all this time to put up giant inflatable fucking rats and to plant 800 tiny little red flags and put posters up at their fucking cubicles. They have time to do all that. But don't seem to have time to make games, though. Don't seem to have time to make games. Don't seem to have time to actually, put out Elder Scrolls 6, which is 14 years coming at this point. At this point, Elder Scrolls 6 is like Kingdom Hearts 3. It is, by the time it comes out, who is going to care? It will never live up to the hype. But that's neither here nor there. The point is, they're not doing their fucking jobs. They're playing activists and putting up little fucking balloon animals and posters on their cubicles instead of making fucking video games. Then, when management told them to take them down, they put up balloons. Malicious compliance. It's still malicious. Management told them to take down the posters. And instead of taking down the posters and getting back to fucking work, they said, okay, we will take the time to take down the posters and then spend additional time to put up fucking balloons. At least balloons make sense, because this place is clearly a fucking circus. We heard that Microsoft leadership coming to our office this week and decided to make our presence visible at the office to show that our developers have been impacted by these devastating layoffs. You want to know how you can make yourselves visible? Here's how you can make yourself visible. You put out such good goddamn games in a proper, timely fashion, the Xbox got to recognize your value to the company. That's how you do it. You don't make yourself visible as by being, oh, notice me, Asha Senpai. Notice me, mommy Asha. Like, dude, fuck you. If you put out games that the customers wanted to buy and it sold well for Xbox, I'm sure Asha would notice you. Your studio would get accolades. Your teams might get accolades. Maybe you wouldn't be losing and shuttering half your fucking teams that are unnecessary and haven't done anything because we've not gotten a proper Bethesda game and fucking God knows how long. I mean, we've already seen she took Fallout from Bethesda and basically said, Obsidian, do something. Just so we could actually have some fucking Fallout. These people are so brazen. They want our presence visible. Get your presence to be visible by doing your goddamn job, man. Last month, Xbox announced it would lay off roughly 3,200 employees as a part of its Great Reset, a move which Asha Sharma will say return the company to profitability. Xbox has already seen scores of layoffs, project cancellations, studio closures, and the latest round of layoffs cutting the game organization seemingly to the bone. Formerly Xbox-owned studios Double Fine and Compulsion Games have been spun off, becoming independent again, with both studios undergoing layoffs in the aftermath. The fate of Ninja Theory, Undead Labs, and Arcane Lion remains unclear amid reporting that Ninja Theory and Undead Labs will be bought out by a yet unknown purchaser, while Arcane is pursuing strategic options. The layoffs have caused untold amounts of disruption, and we all know this shit. We all know this shit. We are mobilizing to fight back against the layoffs, not just to ensure impacted Xbox devs and testers get treated fairly, but to remind our company and game studios everywhere that layoffs like this cannot continue. Why? Why can't layoffs continue, Han? You fucking loser. First of all, let's be real. Most of these layoffs come with very generous severance packages. I've seen some of the severance packages that these individuals in the game industry get when they're being laid off. A lot of them are quite generous. Now, I'm not saying that's going to be the case for all of them. I don't know if that's the case for all of them. And frankly, You just don't deserve them anyway. They don't deserve them anyway. All right. You are paid to do a job. If you were not doing that job, you should not be expected to keep that fucking job. But oh man, we want to remind our company and game studios the layoffs can't continue. Maybe if you've done your fucking job, these wouldn't have happened. Explain to me why these layoffs can't continue if your studio of let's see how many. Let's do a quick little Google search right here. How many employees at Bethesda in 2002? Sorry, not 2002, 2022. Whoops. 2022. About 450 employees. All right, let's see about in 2018. 400 employees. So 400 to 450 employees between 2018 and 2022. Guys, you're telling me that in the last 14 years with 400 to 450 people, you couldn't have given us Elder Scrolls 6? Really? I'm sorry. At this point, well, I'm not sorry. We've all been saying it for ages, so it's not even at this point. But yeah, the layoffs are fucking deserved. But instead, you decide that you want to try and troll Asha Sharma by putting up a giant fucking inflatable rat on your Bethesda, in front of your Bethesda studios. Bro, this shit is just sad. I want all of them to lose their jobs. I want Bethesda to be shuttered. I do. Like, shutter Bethesda, sell the IPs. And when I say the IPs, I mean the only ones that people give a fuck about. Fallout and Elder Scrolls. You could say like Doom. Doesn't id technically own Doom? Like id Software. I mean, I know they're owned by Bethesda, but Bethesda just published them. I don't remember how it works. I'm gonna be honest. But the point is, the only actual Bethesda IPs anyone gives a fuck about are Fallout and Elder Scrolls. Sell them to another company and close the studio. They are not worth the headache. These spoiled, rotten brats are not worth the headache for Asha. I think this is, again, there is no other industry in the world. There is no other industry in the world where if you were to put up a giant inflatable rat balloon as a way to say fuck you to the CEO when they're visiting your office, that you wouldn't be fired. This is a privilege. This is a privilege exclusive to the games industry because they have hired and will refuse to get rid of the most narcissistic, vile, whiny, fucking millennials, these absolute worthless troglodytes of human beings. I don't fucking care. Shutter Bethesda. They are worthless. The chain is Microsoft, ZeniMax, Bethesda, id Software. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Thank you. Yo, what up, Tiger King? How you doing? Do you think they could have a bestseller now if you look at how many monkeys in a room with an AI? Probably. Yes, probably. Someone said, Leon likes Mama Asha. I think Asha's doing a great job. Seb does too. I think Seb and I are both agreed that we like Asha. Commies do love their red flags. That's true. Yeah, the red flags thing is pretty interesting because you're right. Commies do love their red flags. Sorry, I had to hydrate. Had to hydrate a little bit. Alrighty. Just set them up on dates with Truck Coon. No, Truck Coon with no isekai. Fucking based. Honestly, I think Hollywood is less incestuous than the games industry. I do. I'm not trying to cap for Hollywood. I'm not making excuses for Hollywood. Obviously, Hollywood fucking sucks. But at this point, I think that Hollywood is less incestuous than the games industry. Absolutely. Looking for a job. Maybe it's time I apply for GM roles with ZeniMax. You certainly won't get laid off. You certainly won't get laid off if you get a GM role with ZeniMax because they're not willing to fire the people. They're not willing to fire the lowly peons that would dare insult their management to their fucking face. Like the shirt. Yeah, I love the shirt. Shout out to Devil in Red and Leaflet. Dishonored was good as well. It was smaller in its fan base compared to Fallout and Elder Scrolls. Yeah, Dishonored is a B tier franchise. Like, I'm not saying that in a bad way. Not every franchise can be as big and as extravagant and whatnot as the ones lay out earlier. But yeah, Dishonored is a B tier franchise. Alrighty. So yeah, we got that out of the way. I had to rage about that. I had to. It was pissing me the fuck off. Whoops, wrong button. We also got to talk about this. The Bet Boys Collective Shout is back. And whenever these censorious Karens go silent, just know it's not for long. We haven't defeated them. They didn't lose. No, in fact, Collective Shout managed to get several W's in the past, last summer when they were active. But give it a year, and it's now been a year since the Collective Shout fiasco, and they are back and attacking Stellar Blade.
Collective Shout has returned somehow to cause even more censorship of the internet. And I don't mean a different company under a different name. I mean the Collective Shout that brought the internet to its heels, caused Steam to start censoring games, put an entire new rule and regulation for Visa, MasterCard, and banks, caused itch.io to remove all of NSF.
I would like to clarify, because I've gotten a lot of new viewers since we were covering this last year. We've gotten a lot of new viewers since we were covering this last year. So I want to make sure y'all are aware and you understand. Collective Shout, the far-right feminist Karen group in Australia, small Australian activist group, even though all of its head honchos somehow have interesting ties to the overall Australian government. They apparently, this is the small feminist group in fucking down under, had enough power to get Visa and MasterCard to force Steam to bend the knee. That happened last year. I don't want people to forget. Explain to me how they've got that power. Collective Shout is a front. I want to make it incredibly clear up front while we're talking about this. Collective Shout is a front. The real people that control this, the puppet masters, the wheelers, the dealers, the ones that actually do have the power to bring Visa and MasterCard to their knees and force Visa and MasterCard to take on Steam, a private company, and force censorship on Steam. And Steam actually, Steam had to bow and kowtow to the Visa MasterCard restrictions. You don't get that kind of power as just some random Australian far-right feminist group. It's probably someone like Palantir or something. It's the actual one pulling it behind the strings. Now, I don't know, but the point is, I get what Chibi's talking about in terms of the censorship, and they were the Collective Shout is the face of it. They are. But that's all they're a face. They're not the ones with the actual power. It's something far more nefarious is at work.
Off their site and caused thousands upon thousands of creators to lose their source of income overnight, causing PayPal to start initiating stuff to where they removed artists to where they can no longer make money anymore through commissions. Collective Shout, more or less, is the originator of all the bad shit that's happened over the last year. They were more or less the starting point, the keystone that really caused everything to just start tumbling downhill with a slippery slope. So before we go any further, if you're enjoying the video, please leave a like on the video. It does help me out a lot. And if you really love me, please subscribe. It does help my...
While he's got their X count up here, I will say I am proudly blocked by the CEO of Collective Shout. I will say that was a pretty proud block you got from your boy got. I love my job.
Content to appear more in the algorithm and get the word out on what Collective Shout is currently trying to do to not just Madam Savvy, but the entire internet once again. This is a very bad situation. They are trying to get people censored. They're trying to censor speech and everything. Let's not allow them to get away with this. That's why I'm getting in front of this and even talking about this first thing, because obviously this is completely unacceptable. They are an absolute evil activist group. So yeah, let's get back to the main point of the video. And that same activist feminist group within Australia has officially come back to start trying to advocate for censorship, pushing lies, slander, and also using Savvy, which is a massive advocate against them, to use her as a vessel to push censorship within Parliament within Australia.
It is hilarious how much they hate Savvy. Dude, Collective Shout hates this bitch. Savvy has been at the forefront of the complete and utter destruction of Collective Shout since this all went down a year ago. Just destroyed them on every level. Had copped multiple blocks from people high up in the chain at Collective Shout. It will never not be hilarious to me that this fucking far-right Australian feminist organization with ties to the Australian government fears a Twitter goblin. That's what Savvy is. Savvy's a Twitter goblin. And I mean that in a positive way. I think Savvy does great work. I think I agree with the anti-censorship stances that Savvy stands for. She's a good artist. She does good content. Her artistic takedowns of these sorts of ideologies are nothing short of brilliant. But she is a Twitter goblin. And this entire regime is scared of one fucking Twitter goblin. It's amazing.
Now, I want to get in front of this and say this before I go any further. Many people are going to think to themselves, which I think you shouldn't, but many people are going to say, how does this concern me? Why does this concern me? How does this affect me as an individual? Well, my dear viewer, let me tell you. Basically, as we know, Collective Shout, they were an activist group within Australia, and they have damaged the entire internet worldwide. We're not talking just Australia. Worldwide, the entire internet has been damaged thanks to their actions, their connections within governments, and also very powerful individuals.
Yeah, no, I was aware of this.
The feminist activist group has still to this day is still affecting artists and causing a rippling effect where banks are debanking people, where PayPal is causing people to not make money anymore. They are a very dangerous organization with their slander and lies. And obviously, they don't like being called out. In fact, they don't like any form of pushback that they even blocked me. Go figure.
Has the actual Collective Shout page blocked me? Hold on, I gotta see. Because I know their CEO did. Collective Shout. Let's see. No. I am not blocked by Collective Shout. Let's see. Launching today in Parliament House. We are coming for you. The impact of global cyber terror attack against the women of Collective Shout. The report is a personal rendering of the lived experience of our 5 women team during the global cyber terror attacks against us. Cyber terror attacks, boys. People bitching and moaning that these fucking Karens right here trying to take away their jiggle physics in video games. That is cyber terrorism to these fucking slags.
I mean, I did make quite a few videos kind of clowning on them and showing how they're outright liars, but this is definitely something recent, by the way, because when I made a video on Collective Shout about 3 months ago, they did not have me blocked. So this is a relatively recent thing. They were probably scrubbing through so much information of people coming after them or calling them out for their lies that they straight up,
Exactly, Gene. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. By who? What attack? There was no cyber attack. People consider, hold on, I will show you. I will show you guys in real time what the cyber attack is. I will show you in real time what the cyber attack is. These fat Karen bitches will view this tweet as a terrorist cyber attack. That's the cyber attack right there. Angry gamers posting shit about their censorious methods is a cyber attack to them. Like, Collective Karen is not you could not find a more apt name. Yep, I'm a terrorist now, boys. Y'all saw me become a terrorist live on stream. Who knows? I might be getting interviewed by Hassan Piker after that.
Decided to go on a block spree, and finally I was actually hit with a block. I mean, I don't care, but it's very interesting because I discovered this today upon investigating this information that Savvy was letting the entire world know about how they are now pushing for more censorship of just creative works of, for instance, gaming or artists and stuff like that. This organization is just very scummy. So what exactly are they doing? I think we need to get into the meat and potatoes of the discussion. So Collective Shout, they are now, with Madam Savvy's post that she dug up, they are presenting a bunch of different documents showcasing that there is a lot of harassment, there is a lot of angry people that hate them, and they are misrepresenting a lot of things. For one, they outright say that Madam Savvy is a man multiple times when she is.
They have been, dude, Collective Shout has been running with the narrative that Savvy is actually a man and faking this online profile for like a year now. It is kind of impressive. They know this isn't true, mind you. They know full well that Savvy is in fact a female. But they don't need to know whether Savvy's real. They just need to convince the dumb motherfuckers listening to them that Savvy isn't real, that Savvy's a bot account, that Savvy's a troll account, that Savvy's actually a man. Doesn't matter that you can go watch her videos or her live streams or look at the pictures that she's posted with her and her husband all over social media. No, none of that matters. They need to convince the low information individuals that they want to get to side with them on their pro-censorship stances that Savvy is not really a woman. Shout out to El Murdoch for the 2-banger. As usual, receipts, really one's not a comment. Yeah, there's no receipts. They will never show receipts. Collective Shout will never show receipts. They might show the commission that they're presenting this to some false data, some false framing to make themselves look like victims. And because the Australian government is a fucking joke, that they will, of course, side with it. Someone in my Discord earlier, said this about the Australian government. Hold on, let me pull it up. At 3:12 a.m. my time, he posted this. Who knows what fucking time that was in Australia? Also, who gives a shit? Australia's not real. You guys think you understand how fucked Australia is? My mother couldn't complete a self-serve purchase at the store today till she showed her ID to prove she's over 18 for a knife-shaped silicone spatula. That's a post in my Discord. Dude's mom couldn't buy a knife-shaped silicone spatula without proving she was over 18. Australia is just like the UK. Australia might be worse than the UK, honestly. Australia is a failed state. Australia is an authoritarian hellhole.
Is clearly a woman. She has a YouTube channel. You can see her videos and stuff. She showed herself. She is a woman. But they are misrepresenting her to push this narrative that women are against men and that no woman would ever be against what they have to say, and pushing these different things to basically try to push and advocate for censorship of speech or calling someone out. Basically, what Collective Shout is trying to do right now with Parliament is to push that anyone that is against them needs to be deplatformed and they need to be removed from the internet. That is a big thing that they're trying to do, and that's exactly what's going on here. For instance, you can see in this case, the comment here, you're a gross little pro-censorship piggy. Tell me, how does this help the women being, in the UK?
Raped. I will say it when Chibi won't raped.
Okay, by men who don't play games.
Bam. If you actually gave a fuck about women and protecting girls, Collective Shout, explain this. These are the receipts they are calling cyber terror attacks. Comments like, you're a gross little pro-censorship piggy. Tell me, how does this help the women being raped in the UK by men who don't play games? Yeah, because if I was to wager a guess of the demographic that's not buying GTA 6, it's probably the foreign, invaders, the foreign Islamic invaders into the UK that come over there with a 67 IQ and they start taking and raping and pillaging and plundering the fucking women of the nation. I don't think buying GTA 6 is very high on their priority list. Getting their rocks off and some underage girls, though, that's pretty high on their priority list. So explain to me, Collective Shout, how this is cyber terrorism to them. This is cyber terrorism. Let's read some more of these. There are a few people I hate with such vitriol, but people like you deserve an extra level of hell to sit in for restricting freedom of expression. Fuck yourself and virtually crack raft you wrote in on, you absolute bitch. Explain to me how that's terrorism. That's a mean, nasty comment. It's also a completely justifiable comment. Shout out. Like good job, whoever let that comment. Well done. But they're calling this cyber terrorism. Kill yourself by an anonymous. I don't even believe this one. Get raped at nuke.africa. The email is getraped@nuke.africa. No profile picture, just kill yourself. I don't believe this is real at all. This woman is so ugly, I doubt she would need to worry about rape. Damn, son. That's fucking funny. But again, this is all cyber terrorism to them. They are painting the picture to the Australian government that this is cyber terrorism. Draconic with a 5-banger says, funny thing, the fact that Shout and misgendered Madam Savvy multiple times on purpose. They are breaking Australian law and Madam Savvy can sue them. That would be fucking hilarious. Is that true? Like, with Madam Savvy being an American citizen, it probably is true. I don't know how the law works in Australia. I'm not even going to pretend to. But if misgendering is illegal in Australia, that would be a real fucking funny turn of events if that was the case. Shout out. Thank you for the 5-banger, homie.
And if you look, this is Madam Savvy. She posted this back in April, but basically,
I have no interest in GTA 6 either, mind you. I think GTA 6 is gonna be dog shit. Like, I'm not gonna be playing it. I don't care. I think people playing it are coping. I am actively on a crusade against GTA 6. However, let's be real. The game is also going to sell. It's going to sell very well. I was using GTA 6 as a very easy example of, even the most famous game of all time, probably the most best-selling game ever, is not being played by these Muslim invaders.
Basically, they completely cut her name out to make it seem like, it's a woman or a man, a man saying this. And this is not the first time they've done it. They've done this multiple times. But obviously, there is more things about this that showcases how they present things is just very disingenuous. I want to go back to something that happened basically in 2025. So they started talking about how they were receiving a lot of evil, vile emails in their inbox. And the email that they showed that was sent from is this right.
For those of you guys that don't remember this, they sent themselves fake rape and death threats to try and gain sympathy without realizing it showed the sent and received, and we could tell they sent it to themselves. That's fucking funny. Dude, this is how you know this organization is ran by Karens, ran by women, because they can't even do this shit right. If you had a man running this organization, he would have at least made the propaganda correct. The man would have snuck this propaganda in here properly.
Right here, which I'm not going to name because YouTube would demonetize this video, but it was found out, and I found this out as well, that they were outright lying. Like, for instance, the domain that they were talking about that was sent to them, like from that email in their inbox, is a domain that was never registered and never existed at all. So they straight up faked emails that they were being harassed, that people were sending them stuff like this, and it was just, it completely invalidated all their claims. Like, now, I'm not going to lie, there's definitely people that are, being very aggressive to them, but this right at the start.
Oh no, people being aggressive to them. Welcome to the fucking internet since 1992. Welcome to the fucking internet since 1990 goddamn 2. People say wild, crazy shit on the internet. 99 times out of 100, nothing comes from it. Now I get it every now and again. Someone will make a thread on the internet and they follow through on it. But that's, first of all, it's not how the internet usually works. So kudos to that 1%. Not really. But yes. People have been saying ridiculous, mad shit the entire time the internet's been around. And it'll never change, no matter how much they want it to. No matter how much they try and force an ideological change in the internet will always remain undefeated. You'll love to see it.
Part of everything showcases when you have to show a fake email that is from a fake website that never existed, your entire argument just completely crumbles. And so they have been caught red-handed of falsifying information and lying to try to spread a narrative that they are being attacked by aggressive men. But it doesn't just stop there. This is the same organization, by the way. For instance, Collective Shout in their...
I love the idea that it's aggressive men, by the way, because when you look at the demographics of the people that play these overly sexualized games, a lot of them are women. Savvy's one of them. A lot of them are women.
Groupies that are a part of them that actually straight up went to bat to protect and advocate for cuties. For those that don't know, and I pray you don't, but if you do know, I pray for you as well because it's cursed knowledge. Cuties was a show, or it was released on Netflix that is just, it
was a movie, but
say it's exploitative towards kids. Yeah, that's what it is.
Specifically little girls, by the way. Specifically little girls, the people that Collective Shout swears up and down they're trying to protect. Remind me how removing GTA 5 from Kmart storefronts back in 2014 protects little girls. Just out of curiosity. I'm truly give me the through line, the pipeline. I want you to walk me through the logic of how getting GTA 5 banned from Kmart in Australia, which Collective Shout did all the way back in 2014, protects little girls. And then explain to me how you defend the movie Cuties, which Collective Shout did. Collective Shout lauded and applauded Cuties when every single person involved in making that film should be fucking wood chippered. Every person, that movie is basically softcore child porn. It is.
And it was called artistic and beautiful, according to Collective Shout, a lot of their members. But then when people started noticing how they're acting towards video games, how they're talking about artists and stuff like that, people started calling them out. Like, why were you defending cuties that were obviously doing the very thing that you're trying to call out? And then instantly what they started doing, they started deleting their post and completely changing their tune and all that, which is very interesting. They were trying to...
But again, the internet remains undefeated, and the internet never forgets, and screenshots and archives will never go away. Yeah, you can delete the tweets. They've already been saved. They've already been shared. They've already been immortalized in videos on Savvy's channel and my channel and Chibi's channel. Y'all go back to last summer's videos. I was releasing pretty much a collective shout video once a day, every day for like 3 fucking weeks, maybe even longer, son.
Cover their tracks like over a year ago, and I made multiple videos talking about it. So this group is very untrustworthy with how they present things, but it doesn't just stop there. Savvy, more or less, diving into it, what they're trying to do now is use her as a main push and drive to get censorship going on within Australia. And I think that is actually insane because, once again, this is the group that caused the entire internet to be damaged to this day. Why there is a new regulation on Steam for payment processors to be able to take down anything they want without Steam, you know, even trying to fight back. For instance, Steam has to kiss the boots of payment processors and banks for them to be able to keep their service, to be able to keep payments on their platform. So basically, this activist group is very dangerous, and people need to be calling this out. That's why I'm breaking this news, because there is nothing more important than talking about this right now. And so I'm
sure it'll get swept under the rug. They're going to make this appeal to Parliament, and Parliament's going to side with them because Australia is a bunch of authoritarian fucks, and this will have God knows what sort of ramifications, at least for the Australian populace. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if this goes global because, again, the payment processor stuff with Visa and whatnot went global. So why wouldn't this? But it's going to get swept under the rug.
I'm going to say, guys, is that this is such a crazy thing that they're doing right now.
How did this group get all this power is an excellent question. Here's the thing, is they don't have this power. I need to make this incredibly clear to you guys. Collective Shout does not have this power. Collective Shout is a mouthpiece. Collective Shout is a front for some sort of larger organization, probably like Palantir or something, that does have this power. They have ties to the United Nations. They have ties to the Australian government. They are, whatever the powers that be up top, you know, when they want this forced social change, when they want to force the censorship, when they want to basically alter what we consider these social norms for our entertainment and our media to force us into their ideological bubble, they are using Collective Shout as a face, basically. Collective Shout doesn't actually have the power. They are following orders from somewhere else. Just don't know where.
Now, like, if you go to their post, this is what they're saying. Launching today at Parliament House, they're literally spreading stuff like this. Like, they're saying, you know, like feminist Nazis and stuff like that. They are completely like trying to misrepresent everything and say that they're being attacked and they're evil and everything.
Again, if women are good at one thing, it's playing the fucking victim.
I mean, Collective Shout is evil, what they've done, because they don't care about actual victims. They don't advocate for real victims. They only care about fictional works. That's what they have always attacked. They attack games and artists. They don't care about...
And they attack makeup companies. For those of y'all that don't remember, we found, dude, dating back in the 20 teens, you know, the 20-aughts, they were going after makeup companies for apparently promoting unsafe standards of beauty to little girls. And they were trying to censor fucking makeup companies. It's not just video games they're going after. It's not just artists they're going after. It's anything where they can get a censorship wedge in to exercise control. That's what it is.
Real victims, because the whole cutie thing proved that, which I covered already extensively, and so many people did. So this group is extremely vile, and the fact that they think they can get away with something like this with no pushback is insane. I know they're...
Well, I mean, they can. They have thus far. Chibi said it himself. It is because of Collective Shout that Steam now has the rules it does and the bowing and kowtowing to the payment processors. It is because of Collective Shout that Steam and itch.io and PayPal have all these new rules and regulations. So when he says they can get away with it, yeah, they did. And they are going to continue to, unless something happened. Like, look, I would love to be wrong. I would love to be wrong about this. But I don't see any other recourse when we know that the authoritarian regime that is the Australian government will side with them 100%.
Probably going to see this, especially since they have me blocked. So if there is a member of Collective Shout watching this, I'm going to tell you, We don't like you. The internet doesn't like you. We don't like you at all, because you are individuals that have outright you only care about fictional content, stuff that isn't even real, but you will go completely silent on what's going on in the UK.
Shout out to Debo, gifting awards, Bear's membership, stealing a chain, son. Whose chain did Debo steal? Adder. How the fuck you say that? Shout out, Devo. Thank you for the membership, homie. You absolute fucking legend.
What's going on in Europe? You don't care. Let's be honest, you don't. You only care about virtue signaling to make yourself look good and to get rid of that icky fiction. That's it. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. If you enjoyed my video, please subscribe. It does help me out a lot, and I would greatly appreciate it. It would also let more people know what Collective Shout is currently trying to do once again. But be safe. She be out.
Excellent video. Excellent video. Posting the link. Make sure you guys give it a like. Go to sub if you're not subbed to Chibi yet for whatever reason or anything. But yeah, no, this is Collective Shout is only going to get more aggressive. They're going to try their censorious bullshit even further. That being said, they're also probably going to try and do it in a more clandestine fashion. They're appealing to the Australian government. We already know the Australian government backs them 100%. How do we know that? Well, because all their CEOs and head honchos and whatnot have ties to politicians in the Australian government. And it goes beyond that. It's the United Nations. It is the World Economic Forum. These are just all documented. Savvy has done God knows how many autistic posts doing deep dive of where their funding comes from, who their ties go to. They are going to become more emboldened, and they're probably going to get their way a lot of the time because all the institutional powers do in fact back them. It doesn't matter that they're objectively in the wrong. It does not matter that what they're doing is a direct affront to the creative freedoms and free speech and free expression of basically the Western world. Let's be real. Only the U.S. actually has that, and even then you can argue that we don't have near as much of it as we like to claim we do. But the fact of the matter is, Australia is, as I think Mr. Melancholy or someone earlier said in the chat, an authoritative nanny state. They are. And so, of course, they're going to collude and coincide with the authoritative nanny feminist activist movement that is Collective Shout. What time to be alive, boys? What a fucking time to be alive, you know? And to add insult to injury, we covered this a bit on Friday. The SmugAlana situation. SmugAlana got banned for 7 days off YouTube for playing a video that supposedly glorified violence. The video in question? A guy killing mosquitoes. Mosquito lives matter. A video of a guy killing mosquitoes got her account banned for 7 days. And when she tried to appeal it and say, hey, I reacted to this video on YouTube, the video is on YouTube. YouTube didn't say, oh, you're right, our bad. There's nothing glorifying violence about killing mosquitoes. No, YouTube then said, oh, well, you should report the original video so it gets taken down too. Fucking what? So apparently it's gotten worse. Let's see.
SmugAlana situation yet again. This is the third video I've made regarding this situation. And unfortunately, it's not a good update. Things have only gotten worse. Her plight, her complaints, her valid criticisms regarding the unfair strikes she has received on her YouTube channel have continued to fall on deaf ears at YouTube. And worse yet, more VTubers seem to be getting unfair strikes and even full channel terminations over the past couple of days. Now, in this video, towards the end, I'm going to provide my
full channel. I would be willing to wager a bet. And this is probably YouTube AI doing this, if I had to guess. Might be willing to wager a bet these full channel terminations, are entirely to accounts that do not even have 3 strikes. Like, that's supposed to be the rule on YouTube. 3 strikes and you're out. But they can just sort of arbitrarily ignore that whenever they so choose. And I guarantee you that's what's happening in most instances. The channel's being terminated here.
My Hail Mary pass to hopefully bring a resolution to the situation. So smugglers and or fans of this channel, hang in there. I have something that hopefully we can do to try to alleviate this very unfair situation. Now, of course, when a YouTuber is hit with strikes or any sort of penalties against their channel, the only way they can really fight it is to go to Twitter, which is very unfortunate because it'd be so much better if you could just talk to someone at YouTube, an actual human being, but that's not how it works. You have to go to Twitter and tag at Team YouTube, and hopefully after layers of dealing with bots there as well, eventually maybe get to a human reviewer to address your situation properly. Now, for those who missed the previous episodes of Dragon Ball here, let me give a quick rundown. The first video that she had taken down was one where she was reacting to someone offing mosquitoes. Apparently, all mosquito lives matter to YouTube. They were very upset about this, so they struck SmugAlana for violent graphic content, despite the fact that there is hundreds, if not thousands, of similar videos.
I want to test something, boys. I want to test something. I want to see if we get hit for violent content when I do this right here. Hold on. Let's where's my bookmarks? Here we go. Bookmarks. And then there we go.
Mamma mia!
On my orders, the United States military has begun strikes against military installations of the Taliban regime.
Oh, God! Holy let's go!
I just wanted to do a quick test. I'm just curious. Is this stream going to get taken down for violent content? Mario overthrowing the Taliban. Shout out, foul ball, my boy Matt, gifting the Words of Bear's membership. Hit Brimstone. Well done, brother. Well done. I appreciate you. Thank you, homie. And El Murbot for the 2-banger. Rev also covered a VTuber who got fired recently. Is that the quote-unquote, like, transphobic VTuber thing? I haven't looked into that yet. I was going to. I was thinking about maybe covering it for Neon Leon tomorrow. If it's a situation worth covering. So, but if we're talking about the same situation, shout out. Thank you guys for the 2-banger. Matt, thank you for the dono, homie.
That are not only live on YouTube, but they're viral and completely untouched by the platform. And Team YouTube's response was not only dismissive, it even instructed her to do their job for them and start reporting the viral videos that are still up. Now, the second strike against her channel happened with this, where she was reacting to a 5-year-old clip on the Joe Rogan Experience clip channel where a woman being interviewed.
Again, a channel that people react to all the time. Do you know how frequently people like Dim Fool, Beanie Boy use Joe Rogan clips in their videos? All the fucking time. I know I said when we were covering this earlier this week or last week or whenever it was that I don't really have evidence that YouTube is targeting VTubers specifically. And I still don't necessarily know if it's VTubers specifically, but it does feel like they're targeting SmugAlana specifically.
Mentioned an adult website she likes to frequent, and they struck SmugAlana for sharing external links to adult websites. Now, of course, as she points out, SmugAlana did not share any links, and in the video, they were just talking about it. But the video itself that she was reacting to is still live and completely unpunished.
And it looks like everything is now. I don't know if Rev added this or if whoever posted this originally to YouTube added the blurs, but like there, even the information about the website, not only was a link not shared, but it seems like the information was blurred out. Now, to be fair, I don't know if it was blurred out in the original video, but even so.
Very weird. And that's really where we left things off in the previous video from 3 days ago. The situation back then got 10 times worse. Well, today it's 20 times worse. Am I ripping off the Nux Taku format with the titles? Absolutely. Now, I would make a joke about him.
Not really. It's not racist and clickbaity enough. You actually need to up your game if you're going to rip off Nux Taku.
Him possibly pressing legal action, but that might get me banned as well. But anyways, let's move on to the updates here.
Good luck trying to pursue legal action against Nux. He a Jew. He got them Jewish lawyers in his family. Dude, I fear it for anybody that tries to sue Nux. Nux got that Jewish lawyer fam. I'm just saying. So
give credit where credit is due. Her friend Shoeonhead has been fighting in the trenches, trying to help out SmugAlana, tagging Team YouTube, and responses which of course led to another review, which led to nothing. They just doubled down, or I guess at this point, tripled down, at least in regards to the Joe Rogan reaction video. And then you can see Shu doing a different plan. Now, I saw this tweet before it was deleted. Basically, Shu tried to act like she needed help to try to get YouTube's attention. And then
That would be brilliant. Because Shu got milli followers. Her videos do gangbusters. She gets all sorts of sponsorships. Based Shu.
try to redirect it to SmugAlana, but it didn't work. As you can see, what's the issue? Trust the plan. The plan didn't work, but it was a valiant effort nevertheless. And as SmugAlana points out here, they even ignore people with millions of subs on YouTube. And as pointed out, yeah, anyone with 10 million subs on YouTube, you're not going to get any chance of talking to a human on the platform, which is a very unfortunate and very true reality. But it's
But you know Mr. Beast will. You know Mr. Beast, he can just walk into YouTube headquarters and sit down with that fucking Pajit CEO if he wanted to.
not just SmugAlana. There seems to be a targeting of VTubers. This happens not only on Twitch, but YouTube as well. So this VTuber
Okay, now finally, because last week or earlier this week or whatever it was, I said I don't see evidence for that. If you were about to show me evidence, I am nothing if not a man who will change my positions when provided with new evidence. So if you can give me evidence of the unfair targeting of VTubers, I will happily change my stance.
Psycho also had a major situation going on where their entire channel, despite having 5 years of good behavior, no warnings whatsoever, was terminated.
Is that your girlfriend's phone number? Because I fucking called it. Did I not say at the beginning of this? I bet the terminated channels have nothing on their record. No 3 strikes, nothing. This was just going to be an outright termination. What a fucking shock.
And after asking for help in another review, this is what they got. You can pause.
I believe this was mislabeled. It was like a second review. My channel contained React content, gaming content, no sexual content. I put years into this channel with no warnings or any sort of problems like this. There is a way I can speak in order to get a secondary review. I really would like to continue making content on YouTube. I'm working hard to grow for years, and this is really disheartening. Our team has completed a final review of your account, and the decision stands. We will have shared all relevant details. We cannot provide further updates. Learn more on the previously shared article. So again, this is a format review. This is not a human. So she, I would really like to speak to a person, please. I feel I've been given all the relevant details. I haven't been given all the relevant details. Just a blanket reason and the permanent ban. I feel as though I've given years of good behavior. I should at very least be given a warning or a chance to address or fix whatever the issue was. This is extremely disheartening. Please, years of my life is gone instant with no recourse. As previously shared, we provided all available information. Dude, fuck YouTube, bro. This is just a blatant abuse of the system, and the fact they can't get a goddamn human to contact them is egregious. Meanwhile, Elon Musk walks into X, fires like 80% of the workforce, and X runs better than ever.
Doesn't read the entire interaction here, but this is, from my own experience, exactly what you get from these sorts of quote-unquote support systems where they say the review is final, which is not true. They'll review it again if you keep pressing. But eventually, the VTuber asks, can I speak to a person, please? And you know what their response is? They say, hey, fill out a survey. Like, to add insult to injury, that is absolutely diabolical. But of course, SmugAlana would say, this is so disgusting, man. As she points out that so many VTubers seem to be targeted on YouTube these days, including another example recently with this VTuber, Nyx, reported that their entire channel was removed for nudity and sexual content. And as they point,
I haven't even posted in ages. Just haven't seen it. It's all just silly stream clips. My new channel also got hit like day 2. So at this point, I'm not even surprised, just frustrated. Okay, so I don't know what sort of content was this Nyx person posted. I will say there's a lot of ethos out there that cosplays VTubers. There's a lot of fucking e-thoughts out there that cosplay as VTubers and do incredibly sexual shit. Stuff like that does actually violate TOS, and stuff like that, you know, if it gets terminated, well, you violated TOS. I'm not saying that's what Nix did. I don't know. Considering the account has been terminated, there's not really a way to check that I'm aware of. Just saying that there is the possibility that should at least be acknowledged. There are a lot of VTubers out there. They're not really VTubers. They're fucking OnlyFans hoes prostituting themselves via VTubing. And that does break TOS. I'll move off with a two-banger. I have all the evidence you like. Is that true then? I have all the evidence you like. Hot dog. Is that true then? I'm not sure what you mean by that. I won't lie. But I appreciate the two-banger. Thanks, homie.
Went out in the replies to their post. I haven't even posted in ages. I just happened to see it all. And it's all just silly stream clips. My new channel also got hit like 2 days ago, or on day 2 at this point. So I'm not even surprised, just frustrated. And SmugAlana says, I'm genuinely so confused at this point. Just random VTubers terminated and effed with. I'm starting to think the AI moderation is hitting harder on VTuber models specifically. And I think there's definitely something to that. And in the days since her most recent strike, every day SmugAlana has been quoting herself, saying day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, and now day 5 of asking at Team YouTube why her reaction on this clip got taken down, but the original one on the Joe Rogan Experience clip channel is still up. And of course, it's falling on deaf ears. And down here, she basically says that she believes they're just waiting for her 7-day ban to expire, probably. And I think they just want this whole situation to go away. That
again, much like Collective Shout, sweep it under the rug. That is always the go-to answer for these businesses. It's very easy to take zero accountability when you are the only platform available and the platform that everybody uses the most, and they can just do whatever the fuck they want, sweep it under the rug with no recourse and nothing that us just regular individuals on said platform can do about it. Shout out Xavier. Thank you for the gift of membership, homie. Hit nice. Hit Jin T Maxi. Based. Good hit. Good shooting, Tex.
That's my personal opinion. I think they want nothing to do with this. I don't think they care. Unless you're someone with tens of millions of subs, they don't really have that much energy or time for you. And the very limited human resources at YouTube, I mean, unfortunately, even having hundreds of thousands of subs is not enough. And I can speak from personal experience, even having 700,000+. Like, you're not going to get in contact with a human being unless you jump through 10 layers of hoops on Twitter to eventually maybe get a response from a human being. And as you can see, she has a 7-day vacation right now because the first strike gave her a warning. The second one was the first official strike on her channel, which means you can't stream or upload videos for 7 days.
And it will also hurt you in the algorithm for the next like 3 to 6 months. Even if you get a strike on YouTube. Now, thankfully, knock on wood, I've never had a strike. I've never had a strike. I got several friends who have, for bullshit reasons, mind you. It's happened to Hypno. It's happened to Atreus. When you get a strike, they basically put you in the bad boy algorithm. They put you in the corner algorithm, where your shit, even once like the if the video is reinstated, or you've done your 7-day ban, for the next 3 to 6 months, you are in the felted algorithm where YouTube intentionally pushes your videos less and less. So, I mean, SmugAlana is honestly fucked. Even after she comes back from this ban, she's fucked for the next 3 to 6 months.
Now, at this point, like, what do? I don't know. We've kind of tried many things, but I'm going to throw my hat in the ring here. I have this drafted tweet. I'm going to post it before this video goes live. I'm going to provide a link to it in the description and pinned comment. All I ask is that you guys support this, repost it, comment, tag YouTube, Team YouTube that is, and try to maybe make something happen. I thought personally just sharing her tweets, tagging Team YouTube would be enough to eventually resolve this situation, but that clearly wasn't enough. And like, who am I? But I don't know. I've made this work before for myself, so I'm going to give it another chance here. So again, follow the link, share it, support it, and let's see if we can do something in this situation. But for now, that's going to do it for this video. If you enjoyed, please consider giving the video a like, consider subscribing, and turning on notifications for daily uploads, as well as multiple streams every week live here on YouTube. But overall, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.
So there's the update on the SmugAlana stuff. I just put the link in the chat for you guys. Now, someone did say that the video was restored. I'm gonna check SmugAlana's X real quick. Let's see, SmugAlana. Let's see, stream starts soon. Let's see. Update on the YouTube situation. This morning after I here, let me go ahead and share my screen. This morning after I shared my started my stream, YouTube suddenly unbanned my commentary on the Joe Rogan clip where I was banned because Nikki in Joe's clip said the word I guess I'm not gonna say it just in case. I found out about this from my own live stream chat because there was zero communication from YouTube. No email, no DM, no Twitter response, no dashboard notification, nothing. Not even a smoke signal. Now this is great. However, my channel still has a strike. I still was not able to upload content until the 7-day ban ended 3 hours later. The video that initially got me the strike, violent graphic content about the mosquitoes. Okay, so the video was reinstated. There's a real possibility where I will have to discontinue reacting to or looking at any short form or clip content because it feels like YouTube is targeting me with extreme prejudice. The vast majority of warning strikes or community guideline violations I've gotten are almost always posted somewhere else on YouTube or on someone else's channel. For some reason, me reacting to it is deemed unacceptable. Then I have to go through this song and dance with them, other than begging to look back and complaining on Twitter for it to maybe get resolved after days or weeks. The Joe Rogan clip, I obviously tried to appeal it and it was instantly denied. It takes me begging them to look into on a third-party platform to even have a chance of the mistake being corrected, which is so unfair in my eyes, since most creators don't even have half the reach I do. Most of them probably don't have 10% of the reach of SmugAlana. And SmugAlana is not like she's got that much reach. I mean, about 100,000 followers on X. That's pretty fucking good. What's she at on YouTube? What was her? Let's see. Yeah, all right. Half 500,000 subs. 500,000 subs and about 100,000 followers on X. Now, that's not small potatoes. That's a pretty healthy fucking level of reach. That being said, clearly, like, the vast majority of creators don't have that sort of reach, even the ones that monetize and do this for a living. Shout out Gamer Nurse Gail, the 440 Jewel says, Unk Alert. Shout out. That's fucking funny. Appreciate you. It's a lot better than zero. Absolutely. Absolutely. Does this mean Skeeter is now a slur? Skeeter, like the character from Doug? It was a copyright violation because I played SingStar. That's valid. That is not because you're a VTuber slaver game. I hate to say it, but that's valid. There's a reason that video games that use licensed music oftentimes nowadays have a streamer-friendly version which uses copyright-free music. Like, yeah, playing SingStar on stream would absolutely, I mean, I unfortunately can see that being a valid copyright issue. X has AI moderation problem now too, but the appeal goes to a human. Well, that's good at least, I guess. I mean, I don't like the idea of, yo, what up, Too Tall Yeti? How you doing, homie? I don't like the idea of moderation being done by AI at all, but if they're going to do it, at least appeals go to humans. We just spent over an hour on bad news. We just spent over an hour on bad news. I want to talk about some good news. Because, bro, this game be looking fire. Swords and Slippers has been looking fucking sick. I've been following this account on X like for 2 years or something now. This game just looks fucking goated. And my boy Trey's put out a video. This Rapunzel design has the internet going insane. Let's check it out.
If you didn't know, there's a game coming out called Swords and Slippers. Now, this game is a hack and slash game based on famous Disney princesses. And I got to be honest with you.
Okay, well, I mean, It's not really like Disney princesses, although I guess the art inspiration is that of the Disney-vibe version of the characters. Maybe. But it's definitely unique and original enough for fair use. Disney can't really have a say in this.
The shit look bananas. It looks absolutely bananas, and I'm looking forward to it. And today, you actually saw that they dropped a new like character trailer. You can see right here on the screen, Rapunzel. And I ain't gonna lie, shorty look delicious. She looking mad delicious.
Y'all remember on SNH just earlier this week, I made a passing joke about Anya Taylor-Joy and the two that reacted the most viscerally were the black men on stream. I'm noticing a pattern here.
And this is how you market your game. And there are people who are absolutely positively upset that you would even dare make a game like this and make the women attractive. I mean, look at them tig old bitties. Look at that.
Can somebody in the chat please explain to Tiger King what's wrong with this sentence? Atreus hasn't read fairy tales, to be fair. Atreus hasn't read, to be fair.
Yes. Look at them tig old bitties and look at that ass. You know what they wanted? They wanted Rapunzel to be a black, bald bitch. That's what they... That's the truth that nobody wants to face. They wanted her race swapped, and they wanted the black woman play...
Here's the problem with race swapping Rapunzel to a black woman. Here's why it wouldn't work. Because you can't have a sentient weave. You can have sentient hair that really grows out your actual head, but you can't have a sentient weave.
Playing Rapunzel to be a black bald bitch. I've been telling y'all, we gotta get rid of the black bald bitches in the video.
El Merlot with a 2-banger is absolutely correct. Cosplayers don't cosplay ugly chicks. It's facts. Now, ugly bitches will try and cosplay as hot characters for sure. They shouldn't be allowed to do that. There should be a law. Like if I could get President Trump to sign into law right now, an executive order, the Anti-Fat Bitches in Cosplaying Act, I would absolutely do it. But yes, cosplayers don't cosplay ugly bitches. Never have. Shout out. Thank you for the 2-banger, homie.
Games, I'm tired of seeing it. You're tired of seeing it. And we're just sick of it, all right? But we got to talk about this, man, because this conversation in video games where it comes to the fact that you just can't have attractive looking women in video games without making some...
Bro, Sentient Weave sounds like a band. Sentient Weave does sound like a band. That's a dope ass name for a band.
Somebody upset. So we're going to go through some of these posts and we're going to talk about the fact that this game is picking up momentum despite being an independent game made by, I think, one guy. All right, man, indies are killing it. So like the video, subscribe to the channel. I don't even have the grifter chain on. Come on, guys.
Look at this guy. This fucking guy.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. The grifter chain's on now. So you can like the video. You can subscribe to the channel. And do me a favor. If you wind up watching this to the end, share the video, man. The algorithm been felting your boy lately, and we trying to recover. All right, let's get to it. Okay, so first things first. Here you have the Swords and Slippers official account putting out the trailer.
Bud Raymond Gold, member for 8 months. Shout out, homie. Appreciate you. Says, I'd give this game 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bananas. He gives the game 8 bananas.
I'm loving the game. The game would absolutely get a pretty high score from me.
How many bananas?
A solid 8.5 incher for sure.
No.
And wouldn't it be nice to live together?
Oh, I love that fucking show, boys. SNH is the best.
For Rapunzel.
And shout out to Butter Framed in Gold, gifting Awards of Paradise membership, brand new Vital Idol, Hootie Strike. Yo, and he got my boy Nick. Got Nick from The Plot Strikes Back, who does Masculine Mondays every Monday, right after Countercast, where we break down the masculinity in movies, the masculinity that is desperately missing from movies nowadays. It's a great time. Good hit, Butter. Fastest guns in the West.
And you can see They dropped this on August 5th. It is now August 11th, so it's kind of like damn near a week later. And they have 22.3 million views. 22.3 million views, guys. All right. There are so many indie developers who would kill for those kind of numbers, for that kind of.
And I don't think this is anything new. I'll be real. I'm pretty sure they get numbers like this all the time. Hold on. Let's look up the Swords and Slippers Twitter account real quick, because again, I follow them. I've been let's see, Swords and Slippers. Maybe that's not the name of the account. Oh, yeah, Swords and Slippers. Yeah, I'm following 103,000 followers. All right, so this one got 22 million views. I mean, this one alone got 10K. 10K is nothing to sniff at for a fucking indie game. This one, 238K. 238,000 from August 12th. This other one right here, 22 million views later. And this is basically, so it almost got 200,000 views, over 100,000 views. Oh, this gameplay is good, by the way, boys. Bro, it's just like you've even got the scoring system, guys. Devil May Cry with hot fairy tale bitches. This is Devil May Cry with hot fairy tale bitches. I've been so stoked for this game for so long now. I'm glad you're finally able to wishlist it on Steam, because for a long time this is one of those games where I would see popping up on X and be like, "Is it even coming out? Like, is this a real fucking thing?"
Viewership for those kind of eyes on your video game. This almost guarantees, at least in my opinion, that on some capacity, this developer is going to make their money back. All right. And of course, you can now wishlist the game. All right. You can see right here, they says our Steam page is live. Finally, wishlist Swords and Slippers now. Please, guys, go do that. Go wishlist this game if you like hack and slashes. And I think, like, let's talk about it.
Yeah, I bet we get Sevy to play this. Sevy already playing Devil May Cry 3 right now for the very first time, and she's loving it. I bet y'all want to see Sevy play this in cosplay. I bet I can make it happen.
Got in this little image right here, you got Little Red Riding Hood, you got Snow White, and then to the left you have Rapunzel. I believe I got some more in there. I can't really think of them right now, because I'm not the biggest Disney fan, and I hate names. But the simple fact of the matter is, this is a unique idea by an independent developer who's doing.
Look, I'm doing something mutually beneficial for everybody, Lithium. I just want to see Leon play. Oh, I'm gonna play it. Like I said, I've been following this account for like 2 years now. I've been really hoping this game was real, because I think this game is gonna be fun. I love hack and slash games. I prefer. I get people like Souls likes and whatnot. I prefer actual real hack and slash games like Devil May Cry, like the OG God of War games. I will take those over a Souls like any day.
Doing this on his own, and he's getting 22.3 million views on Twitter. Come on, man. They killing it right now. Absolutely killing it. And you can't be mad at it unless you're one of those weirdos that don't like seeing attractive characters in video games, or more specifically, attractive women in video games. Let's get to it.
When this game eventually comes out, it is going to have all the right people pissed off. It is. Like, dude, I can't wait. I can't wait to see the Kotaku articles and the Polygon articles and the Game Rant articles and the Gamer and Eurotrash Gamer. Bro, this game is gonna. We are about to see an influx. It will basically be Stellar Blade all over again. And honestly, I'm gonna fuck. I think this looks better from an art direction standpoint. Again, let's go back to this. From an art direction standpoint, I like this way more than Stellar Blade. I do. And I'm not Stellar Blade's got good art. I like Stellar Blade, but like I prefer the very cell shaded, cartoony, like Legend of Zelda, Wind Waker, Dragon Ball Fighters kind of art style. To me, this is just so much more unique. You can talk about a lot in this game from an actual content perspective before even mentioning the titties. Like, movement looks fluid. That's heavy hitting. Again, you've got, there's obviously a score system. I imagine you've got multiple characters you'll be able to switch out on, because I see it looks like Red Riding Hood here. Just purely from an art direction standpoint, this game looks so fucking good, and I prefer unique art. Dude, look at the way this bitch moves. Oh, see right there, character switch. And just like how in Devil May Cry, you switch out your weapons mid-combo to keep your combo flow going, it looks like you're going to be doing that here, but with multiple characters. So you're going to be like swinging around the big heavy hitter with Snow White, switch real quickly while your combo is still going to Red Riding Hood, throw it up, do a bunch of other additional combos. This shit, yeah, Plotchek's back. He mostly plays online games, bro. Mostly plays like it's to my knowledge, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but things like, Helldivers, Space Marine, like a lot of online shooter games. Dude, this looks great, and I love this sort of art style.
First up, we have Laplace's Demon Core, okay? Motherfucker says, look, I'm fine with games being horny or whatever, but it needs to be more interesting than this. Like, we get it. You like when women have boobs, ass, and a tiny waist. This is a banal co-worker horny. If you're not going to swing for the perverted fences, then why even bother?
All right, what's the actual criticism here? This makes no sense. I'm fine with games being horny or whatever, but it needs to be more interesting than this. I'm not actually seeing anything horny about this specific. Now, obviously, again, you got her in like the skippy clothes and shit like that. Fair enough. Dude, we've seen anime bitches have art styles like this since the 80s, if not earlier. What do you mean it needs to be more interesting? Bro, she got sentient evil snake hair. I don't know if it's evil, because again, she's actually one of the heroes. So the point is, she got sentient snake hair that eats its victims. How is that not interesting from a combat perspective? Like, that is, of course, going to be interesting from a combat perspective. Just because the bitch is hot doesn't mean that it is inherently horny. Are you saying that you want it to be even hornier? Are you saying that, like, that you shouldn't have done the horniest at all if you're not going to swing for the fences on it? Like, what is the actual criticism here?
First of all, it's damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Agreed.
Around here. It's damned if you do, damned if you don't. Because
look at this. Hold on. Just go back a frame. Light, medium. You got a parry system, jump. You're gonna get RB and you're gonna dodge. You got lock-on mechanics. Dude, light attack and heavy attack. That's all I want for my hack and slash games, boys. Give me a light attack, heavy attack. There's gonna be some parry. All right, that's fine. I'm not huge on parrying, but it's fine. I bet there's gonna be like special moves. Like this looks like a legit fucking game. Parry, smash is cooked.
Because which is it, guys? Do we hate women or do we not? Like, are we serious here? On one end, we hate women and we want to see women beaten and stoned in the streets, burned at the stake. On the other end, we like women too much. Oh, you just like her titties. Oh, you just like your ass. Well, duh. I'm a man. I like ass and titties. I'm sorry.
I'm tired of those motherfuckers out there. Ass this, titties that. Where's the love for the thighs, bro? Your boy be a thigh guy. And by the way, she got some thighs. She does. She look like, so us thigh guys be eating good. But I'm tired of this slander when only ass and titties be brought up. Because thighs FT dubs.
I'm sorry. Why does this upset you that I like women? Well-endowed women. Not like that though. Pause.
Whoa. Yo, even in his own videos, he be saying gay sus shit even in his own fucking videos. Hashtag skies out, thighs out, son. Runaway Vagabond. For 2 banger. Feet guy here. I know, Vagabond. I know, brother. You're a feet guy. It's okay. I love you anyway because you're one of them smart blacks. I appreciate you.
Pause. Next up, we have Misty feel free to play video games without constantly having your hand down your pants. Oh, why is it okay for you to do OnlyFans and I can have my hands in my pants, but I can't even play a video game and have my hands in my pants?
Yo, somebody earlier said New Blackstreet can be playing this game with one hand, and Atreus says that. Guys, all right, look, this isn't mixtape. You can't play this one-handed. This is gonna take some technical skill. I can already tell you. You're not gonna be able to play this one-handed. Don't try. Just go to Rule 34 like everybody else.
What's the problem here, guys? There is a damn look at them jiggle physics. Oh my god. Oh my, where's the wish list button? Holy crap. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Wait a cotton picking minute.
Bro, so much ass turned Atreus into straight up Mickey Mouse, bro.
I gotta go wish this. Let's run that back. Let's run that back. I gotta see that again. Hold on. Wait, take it back off. Let's run that back really quick. Jesus Christ, do it again.
I'll be real. I actually like the Little Red Riding Hood design more than the Sleeping, not Sleeping Beauty, Snow White one. Just like between the two, I like the Red Riding Hood one more.
Come on. There you go. I want to see that ass bounce. Again. Look at that. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. I'm about to... Okay, maybe they got a point. Maybe he's doing too... Jesus Christ. God damn it. You would have thought this was made by a black man fresh out the penitentiary. What the hell is going on? Jesus Christ, bro. You have no shame.
How am I supposed to commentate on a reaction video when me and Trey's been saying so much funny shit I can't react? Fuck.
That ass is moving. What is going on? Can we get back on task? Can we get back on task, guys? Anyway, third up, estrogen. Sorry, what the hell? The design is freaking awesome.
Bro, estrogen Sario. You want us to take you seriously. What your account has to say seriously with a name like Estrogen Sario. Bro, what the fuck are we doing here? Shout out. Ask Kotsky Atreus. Remember, for 15 months, shout out. I learned to play games with my feet a long time ago. No game will go ungooned. Yo, Vagabond, come get your boy. Vagabond, come get your boy. Shout out. Thank you for 15 months of membership, homie.
Awesome until you go to the Steam page and realize that the game is literally sexualizing Disney princesses to the max, which is kind of weird. You guys literally have games on Steam called Femboy Food House. Like, are we serious? You have games on Steam right now called A Femboy Stole My Ass. But it's so wrong for us to see a little bit of ass and titties. Jesus Christ. Get a grip, man. Get an absolute grip, man. To
be fair, Atreus earlier sounded like he wanted to get a grip, so.
Rapunzel design is dope, though. I ain't gonna lie. I hope that this game actually delivers on the gameplay aspect, because there's nothing that's upsetting more than when an indie game bursts onto the scene, everybody's talking about it, everybody's anticipating it, and it drops and it's mid. Don't do that.
I mean, I agree with him completely. As someone who has been like, I would say it is a problem. It is a problem when you're following a game for like 2 years on X, which I have been for this game, and you're not even sure if it's real. You're not even sure if it's real or if it's just out there to like troll the feminists or whatnot. I'm so glad you can finally wishlist this on Steam. I'm gonna wishlist it when this stream is over. Actually, honestly, I'm gonna be wishlisting this when the stream is over. Because yeah, I think that if this game, look, it doesn't have to be the next Devil May Cry, like or God of War. Those games are legendary. You gotta do a lot of work to be as good as those. But I mean, what was the Dante's Inferno? If you give me like the same level of gameplay quality as like Dante's Inferno, if anybody remembers Dante's Inferno on the PS3, that's good enough for me, man. I don't want this game to be mid. It needs to be better than mid. It doesn't need to be an ultra S tier masterpiece like Devil May Cry 3 is. But give me something of the equivalent of like Elite Dante's Inferno. That was a fun game. There's a playable build. Ask the devs. I might shoot them a message. We'll see. Yeah, thank you, Terry King.
Make sure you got, first of all, make sure it actually works. Make sure it actually works. You know, make sure there's decent enough content. We don't know how much the game is going to be, but I can't imagine this being more than like, you know, 20 or 30 bucks, right? I don't think that it's going to have a whole lot of content, but
no, Dante's Inferno was on PS3. Or did I play it on the 360? Hold on. No. Was Dante's Inferno on PS3? Yeah, it was on PS3. That's how I played it. Yeah, I mean, doubt myself there for a moment, woman.
Shit, I'm here for it. Hey, I am here. I am here for it. All right, keep making these indie games. And the more you do that, the more we can ignore these AAA developers. And fuck PlayStation, man. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments. As always, may the grift be with you. If you stayed to the end of the video, thank you. Share the video, okay? I'll let you later.
My man. Shout out. You'll love to see it. Make sure you give my boy Atreus a like. The video is doing pretty well. I'm glad it's doing well. The game does look good. I mean, like, the game looks good. I'm hyped for it. I've been hyped for it. But I'm with Atreus there at the end. While the art direction's amazing, and I'm not just talking about like the titties and whatnot. Like, I mean, the world, it's vibrant, it's colorful. It's obviously got this very anime-esque inspiration, but still keeping it very Disney like inspired, I guess, with the character designs. It is going to come down to gameplay. It's going to come down to gameplay, and it looks like it's got all the correct ingredients to have proper hack and slash gameplay. Shout out to True Asset Warrior for the $1. Appreciate you, homie. I think I missed earlier. El Murbot with the 2-banger. This and Woman Simulator are going to be crazy. Bro, Woman Simulator are going to be fucking hilarious. I'm pretty sure I have that wish listed. Woman Simulator are going to be fucking hilarious. And shout out Soul Grim for the 10 jewels, the gold coins. Fuck them snickles. All right, so we got one more thing to cover. I haven't done a Metatron video in a while. I have not done a Metatron video in a while. And for anyone that keeps up with the political scene and the debate scene, something that I love. If you notice, Andrew Wilson has been crowdsourcing to get revenue to debate Candace Owens. Because Candace Owens can't defend her positions on Charlie Kirk. Candace Owens is a grifter to the max who cannot defend her positions on Charlie Kirk. That's why she runs and hides from every debate. She will say a bunch of insane, twisted, fucked up conspiracy theories that besmirch the memory of Charlie. And Andrew's been trying to debate her for ages now. And in true black woman grifter fashion, she'll do it for like $300,000. It looks like it might actually happen. Mind you, if it happens, we're going to break down that whole debate. If it happens, we will break down that whole ass debate. But Metatron releases a video. Andrew Wilson versus Candace Owens, the real reason for my support. So let's check this out.
Hello, number ones. Welcome back to my channel. This is the Metatron speaking, and today I would like to make a public stance when it comes to the upcoming massive, enormous debate between two internet personalities, namely Andrew Wilson, Bloodsport debater from The Crucible, and Candace Owens, world-renowned conspiracy theorist. This debate is scheduled for Friday, August 14th.
Yeah, I heard that, but I wasn't sure if it was true, Vagabond, that she wanted $500K before, and I guess she settled for $300K. Bro, I would debate Andrew Wilson for $100 and a ham sandwich just because it'd be cool to say I got to debate Andrew Wilson. You fuck this grifting whore.
2026, and will be moderated by Patrick Bet David, which I think is an excellent
Great choice for moderator. Patrick Bet David will be very fair. I think he will be a very fair moderator.
choice. The topic of the public showdown is going to be about the assassination of Charlie Kirk and the conspiracy theories pushed by Candace Owens surrounding his death. In other words, Andrew Wilson challenges Candace Owens to publicly defend and present evidence for the various alternative claims and theories she has promoted regarding the case. Now, there is a lot to talk about. For example, the money that is at stake, the conspiracy theories that Candace Owens has pushed when it comes to said money, the mention of the Joe Rogan experience, the subsequent crowdfunding, the insane reactions of a psychopathic fans. But before we do all of this, I want to make one thing 100% clear. If you follow me on X, you already know this, but I publicly support Andrew.
Good. As you should. Andrew Wilson is the only person in this debate that you should support. Like, guys, I get it. We all anti-Israel on this channel. We say fuck the Jews all the time, and all that can be true. But Candace is still a lying, grifting, evil woman pushing like conspiracy theories that, look, I'm pro conspiracy theory. But when you go to the level that Candace does, things that are so obviously untrue, it takes away from the potential for the real conspiracy theories to be taken seriously. Yeah, I've got many an issue, and most of my issue has to do with the fact that Candace has not exposed anything. She will make these claims, and she will pretend that she's like got all this new information, but she cannot hold any defensible position on it, and she's wrong about just about all of it. Who is Andrew Wilson? Andrew Wilson is a Christian ethicist debater, and he runs the channel The Crucible. I watch him several times a week.
Wilson and this cause. Before you get offended with that and you're going to type unsubscribe, I can't believe you're supporting that man. If you've been with me for years, you know that whenever I make a decision like this, it's because of deep research. So on this video, I will finally tell you why I support.
Leave what does go to Andrew Wilson. Andrew Wilson, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure Andrew Wilson is the thing that got me and Leaflet in contact with each other. The very first thing that we found we had common ground on.
The Wilsons in any of their endeavors. I have a reason. If you've been here for years, then give me the trust to at least look at why I'm such a fervent supporter of the Wilsons, to a point that I consider any of their public enemies to be mine as well. Moreover, what you may find interesting is that I actually...
Memphis guy asked a very good question. Wasn't Charlie Kirk pro-Israel, so why would they kill him? Because not too terribly long before he was shot, so these didn't come out till after. This wasn't revealed till afterwards, but not too long before he was shot, Charlie Kirk had been in a private group text with other members of TPSA, expressed dissatisfaction with his Jewish donors, and then basically trying to force him to tell him who he could and couldn't platform on his show. And because of that, Charlie was insinuating he might pull out of the Jewish donorship. Now, people have insinuated further from there that he was going to be taking anti-Israel stances. I don't see any evidence to support that. But basically, that is, people have jumped from, because in a text message that was leaked, he was bitching about Jewish donors, to that means Israel killed him, is such a logical leap that you cannot make. There's no stepping stones to get to that conclusion.
Changed my mind. I used to dislike the man. I thought he was a horrible person. In fact, it used to annoy me that he would bring up Christianity so often, but then it would be so confrontational and hard.
Is it actually happening? Ain't no fucking way. Candace Owens versus Andrew Wilson, the Charlie Kirk debate. 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. No fucking way. Do we cover on Neon Leon? Do we cover the whole last debate on Neon Leon? I'm kind of wondering. Poll the chat right now. Hold on. Let's see. 70 watching. I'm not going to stream it. I'm not going to stream it while it's live, because I do my own live show on Fridays. Hold on. I'll make a poll. The reason I ask is because this debate will probably be massive, and it will probably take up the entire show. And then, yeah, if you want to make the poll over on Kick, Devil in Red, I imagine everyone on Kick's gonna say yes. Like, I imagine everyone on Kick's gonna say yes. I forgot to hit start poll. Whoops. There we go. Alrighty. So tomorrow, what the hell? Why isn't the poll starting? There we go. Okay. All right, now it seems like we got the poll. God damn, 20 votes and it's all 100% yes. Holy shit. And they're doing it on the PBD podcast. Okay, cool. Yeah, it looks like they're doing it on PBD. So long as she doesn't pull out at the last second, do it. Yeah, if she pulls out at the last second, although that would still, even if she did pull out at the last second, that would give me something to cover on Neon Leon tomorrow. For sure would. Polls up. Thank you, Devil. Appreciate you. And yeah, so far, it is 100% yes on both platforms. I'm not even going to keep the poll going. I'm just going to end the poll. All right, so the answer is yes. Tomorrow, all of Neon Leon may very well end up being the Candace Owens, Andrew Wilson, Charlie Kirk debate. Holy shit. Boys, we might be eating good tomorrow. We'll see. I'm not reacting to it live because I do my late show on Fridays. I can't do 2 streams in a day. YouTube won't promote them if I do. But yo, that is wild. Yeah, if Candace pulls out, then Neon Leon turns into an hour-long roast. Oh, it's going to be a roast session, son, if Candace pulls out. That's crazy.
Harsh towards some of his opponents. But I changed my mind so much that now I made a second post and said, sharing a second time, I'm sharing his crowdfunding, we'll get to that. And I said, I hope Andrew Wilson makes $10 million out of this crowdfunding alone so that he, his wife, and his children can live in abundance, health, and wealth for generations to come.
Nice.
They are genuinely good people, and their enemies will always be my enemies.
Yeah, I watch all Andrew debates as well. I rarely stream them. I have done stream breakdowns of Andrew's debates before, but I don't do it very often because, frankly, I didn't think you guys would be interested in it. So...
enemies until our Lord returns, not one step back. So either I went insane or there is a reason. I'll share the reason today. But let's proceed in order. If you checked out the Joe Rogan Experience 2444, Andrew Wilson 6 months ago was a guest, and the video got 2.4 million views. So it was so popular that he got more views than a lot of the people that generally you would expect, like the whole pyramid thing, 1.6 million. David Sinclair got 700,000 views, and this man is telling you, you can live forever. I can rejuvenate you through cellular reprogramming. Not even close. You needed the freaking vice presidents, J.D. Vance, to get more views than Andrew Wilson. Regardless.
That just show you how, like, the name Andrew Wilson has made for himself. The name Andrew Wilson has made for himself is fucking crazy. What the only recent guests to beat his appearance in terms of view numbers, fucking J.D. Vance.
7 days ago, Joe Rogan Experience 2535, Andrew Wilson becomes a guest again. 1.4 million! For those of you like Dave,
I want this debate to be the thing that destroys Candace Owens' show. Like, look, the audience that already buys into the dumbassery that Candace perpetuates, they're not going to have their minds changed. I think the majority of them aren't, at least. If people are supporting Candace Owens and believe the conspiracy bullshit she peddles about Charlie Kirk, their mind will not be changed. But for people that aren't really like aware of Candace, like she's just sort of like on the periphery for them, and they see this, I think this could be the career ending for her. Andrew Wilson is for sure. He's typically known for botting. That's not correct at all. I mean, yes, he does do that. He is much more known for his bodying of debaters, usually in the political and Christian ethics space. The only fan, I don't know, people who say this usually seems like don't actually watch the whatever podcast, because I do. I watch whatever podcast. I enjoy it. They don't have OnlyFans whores on and whatnot all the time. It's actually not a super common thing. He does, like, it's always women, but not necessarily OnlyFans whores. And women are retarded on the show because, well, women are retarded in general. But no, Andrew Wilson has got hours and hours and hours of debates that have got thousands and millions of views against, normally. First, Andrew was way bigger. Like the Crucible itself is way bigger than whatever. If I had to wager a guess, if Brian Atlas were to go on Joe Rogan, it's not getting 2.2 million views. Olive jar, yeah. If Brian Atlas, the host of whatever, was to go on Joe Rogan, it's not getting 2.2 million views.
Analysis, 1.4 million is the precise number of salty tears shed by the likes of Brian Shapiro. Scumbag. Oh, he hated it. He hated the fact that both Andrew Wilson and Rachel Wilson, 1.7 million, as many views as Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
I just explained it, homie.
Anyways, on this episode of the Joe Rogan Experience that you can watch in full, I'll put a link in the description, he talked about the fact that he really wanted to have a discussion, meaning a debate, with Candace Owens when it comes to the death and assassination of Charlie Kirk. And he said he was ready to front money. Now, this isn't the first time that the topic comes out. In fact, he was talking about it with the host of the Whatever podcast in order to convince Candace Owens to sit down and have a debate, because unless you push a despicable amount of money, she's not going to defend her positions against anyone, hence getting the number 300,000. Candace Owens, whose ego is only unmatched by her greed, decided, you got to give me...
Ego is only matched by her greed. So fucking based.
$500,000, not 300,000. Put your money where your mouth is. Now, I'm going to be honest. I got a little confused when it comes to what the actual final number is. Suffice to say, the money has been paid and the debate is happening. Andrew Wilson has then created a Give, Send, Go campaign, which is still ongoing right now, in order to cover some of the expenses that he had to forward himself. By the way, as he said he would at the very beginning of all of this. Since our sociopath fans are now coming up with this idea that Andrew's begging for money or that he changed the rules of engagement. No, he didn't. He said this from the very beginning. But she...
Hold on.
He changed the rules of engagement. No, he didn't.
Metatron, you dog. I have this exact same clip saved in my bookmarks. If you guys have seen this clip, it's fucking funny. I cannot play this clip on YouTube. I will explain softly. Well, I mean, it does it itself. This Japanese gal in this fat bar just hauls off and says it. Oh, she hard R's it, bro. She hard R's it. If y'all haven't seen that video, holy shit. Get an X account just for this video. What up, hon? How you doing?
Said this from the very beginning. But she doesn't do research, so why do you expect our audience to? All of this takes us to this video 22 hours ago.
It's not a big deal just having the clip up. And if Metatron has got like over 1 million subs or something, and he showed on his video, it's fine.
It's a 5 minutes video where Andrew Wilson versus Candace Owens debate crowdfunding video. Let's watch it so that we see exactly what he's talking about when it comes to the money involved and the crowdfunding. And then, please keep watching, because after this, not only I'm going to endorse this, but I'll finally tell you why I'm such an ally to this man and his wife.
Let me give everyone an update of exactly where we are. A few weeks ago, Brian...
Well, we're not going to watch his reaction to that video. Because, we've all seen that video, and if you haven't, it's fine. It doesn't add a whole lot of extra stuff. That we're wrapping up in 11 minutes, so...
Give, Send, Go link. It's this one here. Andrew Wilson versus Candace Owens debate, and this is where you can decide to support his cause and him financially. Now, I endorse this 100%. Here is why. As I was telling you, when I first started watching Andrew Wilson's content, I wasn't a fan of his methods nor the way he speaks to people. Although, to be fair, some of those people absolutely deserve.
I've always been a fan. That was what drove me to watch more of Andrew Wilson, because he talks to people in such a dismissive manner, usually only when they come at him like that first. He's actually quite calm, collected, and he will match your energy. But people often come at him with some very bad energy, and he can take a motherfucker to task, bro. I love the way Andrew Wilson talks to people. That is the selling point for how he debates.
A lot of the times, it is a matching energy strategy rather than just bullying, for instance. And in fact, the very first interaction we had on X wasn't very nice because I had disagreed with him and in fact told me, debate me, bro. So I have the greatest beginning to this. But then we talked privately And we had a very civil interaction, and that ended there. Then I saw this. This is the video that changed everything. And if you watch this section that I'm going to share with you, and then I'll leave you a link to watch the rest.
This video is, yeah, this I watched Andrew when he put this video out. It's fucking, it sucks. It's just another reason that Brittany Venti is awful. It's titled, Venti attacks me and my wife through the death of our 10-year-old son, sick woman. And yeah, have you guys, I was already a Venti hater because of the anime stuff, but it's rough. She's disgusting.
Rest of the video, you will see why I have become a massive supporter. And as far as I'm concerned, you can consider me a friend if you want. Both of them. The video is called Venti Attacks Me and My Wife Through Death of 10-Year-Old Sick Woman. It's talking about Brittany Venti, who is this influencer, producer, whatever the heck she is. Sick individual for what she has done. Just gonna watch the parts that are relevant.
The only reason that I'm making this response is because one of these creators, Brittany Venti, has decided in her infinite wisdom that she wanted to go after my children and went after them in about the most horrible ways possible.
Yes, by the way, Rachel Wilson is also a very fierce debater. I prefer Andrew Wilson's debate style, but I love watching Rachel debate.
Making absolutely insane allegations. I don't care about the rest of the controversy. It doesn't matter to me. I don't give a shit what people say about me on the internet or whatever insane timelines they come up with or insane allegations or whatever. I don't fucking care about any of that. It doesn't mean anything to me.
Right.
But I do care when insane people target my children. My kids have never been on my stream. I've never shown them to the public. I don't show any pictures of them.
Runaway Bagmon with a 5-banger. Venti and Tree of Logic are friends, by the way, that make up lies on the list. I did not know that Tree of Logic and Venti were friends. Tree of Logic is also a fucking douche canoe. So I'm not surprised they're friends. But yeah, I did not know that. Thank you, Vagabond. Appreciate you, homie. I haven't been playing clips for you guys when you use super chat. Let me rectify that.
Call it whatever, but if I made $1 for each time I made a racist joke, I would actually have $0. 'Cause I'm not joking.
Based? Based? Hello?
And yes, his debate about Islamic IQ is fucking golden.
I don't involve them in any way, shape, or form in anything that I do. The type of lunatic who would try to come after me. But
Brittany, I like you, but bringing Rachel's dead child into this is vile. Yeah.
By going after my children, that's a super dangerous person and a lunatic, literally a lunatic. So I'm just going to quickly address a couple of things just in regards to them. Again, I don't care if these people go ham about me and Rachel all day. It doesn't mean anything to me, but...
Okay, so now he's going to talk about how this individual started to create these absolutely false allegations without any proof when it comes to his daughters. But I want to first talk about the son. This is what changed everything for me.
Now, moving over to my son, right? This is not the first time that people have used the death of my son to go after me with it in order to hurt me, right? Say horrible things like this. I have a thick skin. But in this case, Venti brought him up to show that Rachel was somehow negligent.
The story gets more interesting when she marries her first husband, baby daddy number 2, who she has a child with that ends up passing away in a very tragic accident that in turn makes Sloppy look like an extremely irresponsible parent.
Disgusting.
Here's what actually happened.
That is the type of vile woman that Venti is. Like, I've made multiple fuck you Brittany Venti videos, and that always performed well. You guys are awesome. I love that y'all hate Brittany Venti as much as I do. But yeah, exactly. Straight up ghoulish behavior. Yeah, you don't go after people's kids. That like, there's, we'll say a bunch of ridiculous shit on the internet. There's lines. There's at least some form of decorum. Dead children, man, that's fucking disgusting.
Okay.
And because this case was so fully public, you can look into all of these details yourself. what actually happened was as follows. My son went over to a neighbor's house. We lived out in the countryside. He lived down a dirt road. My son went over there to watch a movie. While they were there, one of the boys he was watching the movie with, who was a few years older than him, I think he was 13 or 14 at the time, okay, stole his parents' keys to a Bronco, put my son in the Bronco with him, okay, drove down the street, wrapped the Bronco up against a tree, and crushed my son to death.
You know what? We've got 5 minutes up to the stream. We're probably going to go ahead and call this video here because I don't want to end on a negative note. But there's the link for you guys if you want to watch it yourselves. But yeah, just on the note of that is not negligent parenting. Having your child go over to hang out with another child. Again, the child was hanging out with was 10 years old. It was the older brother that stole the car. That's a normal parent thing. My parents would send me off when I was 10 years old to go hang out with my other 10-year-old fucking friends. That was normal. It's fine. That's not negligent parenting. Anyway, damn, you know it's bad when Leon, dead kids are funny. Idol is cutting it early. Well, hypothetical dead kids as a joke, I think is totally funny. Actually talking about, you know, a real life tragedy that has to do with like, when there's like names and faces to put to the dead kids. Even I'll draw a line somewhere. But yeah, I'm gonna cut that story early. Where's a happy story? Let me see if I have anything happy on X real quick, just to finish this out. Okay, sure. We'll end with this. We'll do a quick segment on this. Shout out to Sevi for sharing this, and that's how I saw it. A woman writing a Saber interactive game says she was fired and replaced by AI, and the CEO's response is one of the most insane things I've ever read. Now, I'm sure you guys have seen this, right? Sure you guys have seen this. If not, I'll pull it up real quick. Saber interactive. I bet if I just go to top, it'll be... Yeah, here we go. Okay. Where is the post from that dumb hoe? Come on, where is it? Give me 1 sec, guys. Link to the article, people. Jesus, I want a source. That way it doesn't just look like... Here we go. Here, we'll do this version. So Saber has a game coming out called Rideshare Simulator. This is Stella Sacco, a tranny that was replaced supposedly by AI. I didn't even see this had been announced. I was a lead writer on this one, and Saber replaced me with ChatGPT midway through development. All the passenger voices are AI too. Either they changed direction at some point, or they're not disclosing on Steam. Rancid titled too, but that's none of my business. Well, you're the one that worked on the game, allegedly. Well, this is what the CEO of Saber had to say. Stella who? I had to ask Claude because I never spoken to or seen her. We already said we were using AI for certain parts of the game, and we'll update the Steam page once we have finalized the feature set. Let me clarify, the entire story and script, were it to win an award, would go to someone who can walk up on stage and receive it. It was always our intention to reveal this until Stella violated her confidentiality clause and revealed this before we were ready. We look at our use of AI in this particular game, which will be a lower price title, as a plus for consumers. As far as Stella is concerned, she was replaced by someone more talented and terminated for a variety of reasons a few months later. From what I can gather, she enjoys controversy even more than I do. I frankly, in retrospect, would have been happy to replace her with AI. At least I would have been dealing with someone programmed, to be honest. Yo! That final fucking sentence, bro. I'd replace her with AI if I could in retrospect, because it would have been someone programmed, to be honest. Based as fuck. That is the sort of... When people say the Western games industry is dead, I largely agree. But then there's Saber Interactive. Saber Interactive is like the crown jewel of the Western gaming industry right now. Protect these motherfuckers at all costs. What goddamn legends, son. And that's how we'll end the show. We'll end the show with a CEO of a Western gaming company not only making fun of firing a tranny, but wishing he actually did it with AI instead of with someone. By the way, when he says another individual more talented than them, oh, you love to see it. Fucking based. All right, crew. We already like 4 circles. Is there, I need to see. Is Hold My DualShock canceling tonight, or are they actually going to fucking be there? Let's see. Oh, yes. Hold My DualShock is streaming tonight. All right, cool. So I'll be on Hold My DualShock in an hour and a half. And then in the Discord watch party tonight, we'll be watching The Kill List. I've heard this is a very fucked up and difficult to watch movie. So enter at your own risk. But we will be doing The Kill List tonight. And then me and Hypno will be playing more of The Ascent on the gaming channel at 11:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. So if you're a member, get on in there. I still need to figure out how we're going to do. Oh, yeah. Subscriptions. If you subscribe on Kick, it's the same as a membership. So you can get in the Discord that way. And with that being said, let me see who we're going to raid. Oh, and if you guys didn't check out my Marty O'Donnell Halo video, please do. I put a lot of work in that video, and it fucking flopped. Didn't perform well at all. It's one of my lowest performing videos lately. Not good. So I would really appreciate if you watch the Halo video. All right, we're going to raid Wizard Fights Everything. We're going to raid Wizard's new gaming channel. That's what we're going to do. As far as the Kick side things goes, we'll raid Gregorian Gangster. We're going to raid Gregorian Gangster on Kick. All right, crew. We outie. Let me set up the raid on Kick right now. And then we will end it. Tell Gregorian Gangster Vital Idol raid. Tell Real Life Fake Wizard Vital Idol raid. Let's see. Raid channel. Bam. All right, crew. Deuces.